Will this work? Would it work? We'll find out if it works. Let's see. Nope, it's not working. That's not good. Hey, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin here. I don't know if this thing is correctly working. I am seeing the chat, so we have William, we have Joseph. Are you guys seeing me going on okay? Because Joseph is on Facebook, and we have Michael, we have Cigar Club America, we have Albert. Am I showing up okay? Because when I tried to sign up earlier, it actually gives me something else. And literally, again, we're testing this, so I don't even know if it worked correctly. Did it went with the original chat, or did it went to something else? That's what I want to know. So originally I tried to schedule one, and it went to he set up a chat room, right? And now when I click on it, I can't tell if this is on or off, because literally from what I'm looking at, it says I'm going live, but didn't tell me if I'm going live or not. So it says I'm going live starting soon, but it's not showing me. It's not showing me, you know, which one I'm in. So let's see. So it looks like it created a new one, just didn't stay with the old one. That's what it looks like. Is that correct? Am I correct? Did this thing create a new video instead of going with it? Let me see. I can hear myself now. So just give me one more second, get this set up, and I want to just make sure that the Soy Sauce Assassin one did not have one pending and one going. So let me see. When I clicked on it, I have this thing going. Nope. So it did create a new one. I don't know why. Okay, anyways. No, it looks like it created a new one, which is totally fine. Next time I just had to know that not to put something like, literally I changed one window. And then it was gone. Like the whole setting was gone. I couldn't go back to it. Anyways, so today we're smoking the Blindman's Bluff, Blindman's Bluff, and we'll get started.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make.
Okay, so now we're back. See, the chat just resets. The chat literally resets. Let's see. Cigar Mechanic is on tonight. Dude, do you feel better? Are you really sick today, man? Need to get some rest, yo. Lemons Bluff. It's okay, but that's why you left. Ah, come on, man. Come on, man. We have Smoking Ronnie. How come? And we have Matthew. We have Cigar Club America 5.0. Did you just change the number every time? I think that I seen 1.0, 2.0. It just keeps going. Now it's 5.0. And we have Brian, we have Michael Wells, and Brendan still feel like crap. Sunrise here and there. Okay, so this is the ColdWell Blindman's Bluff. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have tried this cigar before, because it's like one of those band that just wanted to say, oh, what's going on with this, you know? And literally this kind of band is like, okay, should I try it? I believe this used to be like a limited cigar, and now it's like just everywhere. No, the shirt is not. Actually, this was like a test run to see how it looks like. So this is why it's so low, because I thought I was gonna be fat enough to keep this up like this, but I lost weight, so now it's like sagging down. But it looks pretty cool, so it works out. The band looks like, you know, some sort of criminal that just got murdered or something like that. Yeah, it does scare. It is a Toro 52 by 6. If I remember this right, the wrapper is like Ecuadorian, and the binder is like Honduras, and the filler is I think Dominican and Honduras filler. So let's open this up, and just a lot of cedar, kind of sweetish, sweet smell. Finally tried that CAO Italia, pretty good so far. Awesome, awesome. So like we talked about before, the next few video I will try to use vertical to cut everything. Previous one, the vertical with the perfect cut, didn't cut so well for a high gauge, like thick cigar. So we'll try to use this one. I mean, this one is actually used to be my go-tos, like before I bought the Calibri. So test out the quality, and you know, since Brendan's here, if the quality suck, we complain to Brendan, right? So there you go. The cap. I like this one because the cap is almost different color. It's easier to see the cap because it's a little bit darker. Okay. Pretty clean cut. Oh, this draw is gotta be a good night. This draw is gonna be a good night. By the way, tonight's pairing is my bulletproof coffee. I'm like pretty much done with my diet. You know, just a little bit longer. You know, just a little bit longer to finish my 30-pound loss. So skip my lunch really because because one of you decided to force me to post a picture of cigars and whiskeys, so I literally had some whiskey, and now that bumped me over the calorie count. So, you know, whatever, it is what it is. Brendan actually have his own swag webpage, so you can go to cigarmechanicllc.com. If I think that's right. And then he have his swags there that you can purchase. I mean, if you gotta buy anything from him, I recommend 2 items first. Buy his t-shirt and that magic cup, because the magic cup is super cool. I use it all the time. Ooh, this thing. Vertigo lighters. Buying Vertigo and sticks. Cigars Daily. If you just buy Cigars Daily TNTs, they are, you know, where Cigars Mechanic reps, you can just buy them. He doesn't retail himself. He's a rep, so. Ooh. Okay. Right away, first puff. Just haze. Haze, haze, haze. A little bit of pepper. And that's going on. So. Through the nose, more hay, cedar, pepper. Oh, a lot of pepper. Pepper. Oh, the coffee is strong. So yeah, how many of you actually tried this cigars before? I mean, this thing comes in a variety of sizes. I think 4 sizes, 5 sizes. What, Brenda? We're smoking for you. We're smoking for you. You know. Anyways, your annual amount of smoke triples, if not quadruples, us any time of the year. So. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of earthiness to it, some sort of spice in there, and the wood tone at the end. Through the nose, there's a lot of pepper. There's a lot of pepper with some earthiness to it. You look at it a bunch of times and never grab one, or after tonight you can decide whether or not you should grab one. I like the band. I mean, one of the reasons I'll get this is because the band. I just wish that they use a different material on the band, because they do have some like embossing gold or not, more like bronze color on this thing, but it just feel like the paper is kind of cheap. It's almost like printer paper cheap. So I don't know if they meant to do that or just that, because the side, the font, Blindman's buff is really, really cool, and it says "We own the night." We own the night on the side. So, yeah, I mean, Brendan, if you need to go take a rest, you should take a rest. And then, the best thing you can do is get yourself, get well, because we do care about your health. That's what happened when you work too hard. Don't work too hard. Work just enough, but not too hard. Staying out of the office, work is hard, and especially now, finally the weekend. You think that you can enjoy the weekend, but then as a rep, you don't really get weekends, right? As a rep, you're always working. If somebody calls you, says we need to order cigars, you're probably there. So, unfortunately, that's just the life Cigar Mechanic has chosen. You'll probably think that he worked less because he hired some people to help him rep, but I think when you have people, you gotta babysit those people, you actually end up working more, right? So he's probably up to the neck working, because when he's not working, he's babysitting those people that's working for him. When he's working, he's working. So he will never end. He's just like right here now. All right. So a lot of sweet cedar. There's some like subtle earthiness to it. A lot of pepper on my tongue, and if you do through the nose, oh my god, it dies through the nose. And has just a little bit of nuttiness to it. Not a lot, just a little bit. And obviously, I think my coffee is making this creamy, so I'm not gonna count this creamy yet, because I don't think it came from the smoke, it came from my coffee. Anyways, some updates. As you guys already saw, the lapel pins are in production for the samples. Because I'm not going to just tell them to go make it and trust them with everything. What I did is literally says, okay, go make me some samples. And they're like, oh, we got to make the mold. It's going to cost this. I was like, okay, yeah, I don't care. Make me the mold and make me the sample so I can deal with that, Like, but from the outside, looks like rep just sits around and freezes one else. No. See, everything looks, grass is greener on the other side. Every other job looks easier than the one you're doing, and that's usually the case, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people's like, Tony looks like he always have time. His job must be easy, breezy, super, relaxed, all that stuff. I'm telling you that, if you know what I had to do for my work, even if I trade job with you, you wouldn't take it. None of my friends or close friends or family friends will trade job with me, because they literally see me working before and they would not trade job. I got friends as lawyers, doctors, computer programmers, any sort of the jobs. None of them will trade job with me. We just don't show that we work a lot harder, and like how much work it goes through, like the stressful times, doesn't mean it's not there. That that part of it, job is hard, man. Job is hard. It's painful sometimes. Like sometimes it just takes that little oomph to go through it, and when it's almost 24/7 job. It literally doesn't end. If the client calls, you pick it up. All right, client calls, you pick it up. If you miss one calls, you might piss the client off. So yeah, I totally get you, Brendan. You need to rest. Rest fast and recover fast so you can go back to it. Hey, Bob. Since Bob's here, I'm gonna be shamelessly advertising for him. Okay, he had that new sticker, and I can't believe I didn't get the first one of that sticker. Okay, but it says Bob Cigar Guy says I'm awesome, and he is right. That sticker is gonna be a limited print, so you know, people who needs it need to get it soon because I thought I was the first one, but turns out I was the second one. Seriously, second one. Yeah, so I think there's only what 25 of them. Grab it while you can. Grab it while you can. Christina, sorry about that. I left a message on the old one where I had to create another one because I could not link back to the first one for some reason. So yeah, tonight we're smoking the Blindman's. But look at this. Who doesn't want a piece of this? Huh? If Brendan was single, he would want a piece of this, okay? Okay. Cedar started to bring in more, and there's a little bit of like back end earthiness. Yeah, I know. You can never be first lady. You kidding me? There's no way. There's no way. But I know Bob loves me. I know Brendan loves me. I'm just saying, if that particular challenge wasn't there, I will have the number one, right? Bob knows I love him. Come on. Bob knows I love him. Brendan knows I love him. Come on. This cigar is good. A lot of cedar. Just that earthy tone at the end is kind of bothering me. But the pepper has died down a little bit. Pepper died down a little bit. A little bit hay, a little bit spice. I think the particular blend is actually really, really good. Really, really good. So far, so good. The string, I'll say about medium. So we'll continue with that. So the lapel pin is being made as demo, and if anybody still don't know yet, Brendan has picked up Lotus and Vertigo, and this is why I've been using Vertigo lighter, not that you can see it, and Vertigo cutter for now, just to show you guys how good it is to have these as a beater. All right, I had these before Brendan even picked them up. All right, I had these before Brendan even picked them up, and I like to use them, but I'm a sucker for decorations, so I buy stuff like this. It's more expensive. But if you ask me about beater stuff, this thing is super good at beating. I'm really good. I beat the crap out of these things. I literally use it and toss to the side and don't care because they don't cost a lot of money. One of these buys like 10 of these. So. And I'm not saying that this is not good. I mean, if people who use these, they know that these are good, right? Calibris are good. But this is not the one that you want to hand to your friends. And these are the ones that, oh, congratulations for picking up your first cigar. Here's a whole set of equipment that you need. You give them like this, you're all set. Which cigar smokers needs anything more than this? You just need a lighter and a color. Go out, buy a cigar, you're done. Right? You're done. So I've been using these now. I had these way before he picked it up. So just so you guys know, I had these way before he picked them up. And I beat the crap out of these. I literally just toss them anywhere. I don't even know where they are. But when you want a little enjoyment, you go with these. You go with these. Now let's be honest here, okay? One of these buys 100 of these probably. So you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If one of these but it's 100 of these. You can have lifetime supply of this if you would spend the same amount of money. One of these holds twice as much fuel as one of these. We'll find out the hard way about sharing Calibri. Yeah, you will. I already lost probably 4 or 5 Calibris, and it hurts every time. Romeo and Juliet, 1875. That's pretty good. That is a Saint Dupont, yes. It's a line 2. I have a few of these line 2s. I use line 2 a lot because I like soft flame. But, you know, before I use any of those, I use these stuff. So I just taste a little bit of leaves. I don't know if you know how leaf tastes like. Green leaves. Not those dry leaves, but green leaves. You know when you just go in a park and randomly pull a leaf and just chew it? That's how it tastes like. Kind of like a green leaf. I had the Moretti Churchill I picked up for $6. I'm using, and I've used it for over a year now. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, obviously, you would like if you already been smoking for a while, you wouldn't need any of these. But I think that if you were to introduce somebody to smoke for the very first time, these are like the perfect tool, and they will be able to use until they decide to buy their own, right? Until they decide to buy their own, or never. Like, I give one of these to my brother, the cutter and stuff, and he kept using it until I gave him one of these. So, like, he had no problem with it. Stephen Fintley. Do I have somebody new? I don't recognize Stephen. Hey, hi, Stephen. That cyclone just won't die. Yeah, Stephen Finley. Now, Stephen, I know you sent me a friend request. If you send it to my personal one, I'm not going to be able to accept it because it gets too messy. But if you want to send it to the Soy Sauce Assassin one, I'm more than happy to accept it. That's what it is. Because he always called his son Chief. So I don't recognize him as Steven. I recognize him as Chief. The Chief. You're telling me that I have... So Tony, my collection is growing and I want utility stuff that will never leave my man cave. Rice car or Calibri? Zycar or Calibri for Vika? You know what I'm gonna say. If you're gonna get one for your man cave, you need to go to Calibri.com and get one of these doubles. Alright? Half V, half straight. Get one of these. This thing's heavy as hell. If you lose it, you know it. Okay? And tell Bobbity Bob one. Use the BTCG code. And get something out of it too. Calibri it is for man cave. For guest room, that you have friends that you don't know if they will ever return your lighter, or they will ever use your cutter, suck the thing and then cut it. Get one of these. If your friend suck the cigar and cut it, you take that and just toss it in the trash and never see it again. Totally fine. I want a man cave and call it the woman cave. You know, our man cave is woman cave. Our man cave is a woman cave. You know, if my wife comes down and tells me to clean out my man cave, I do it in an instant. I will be fast in the flash. You know, Brendan, you need to step up your game too. We need a Shadow Smokers Legion code for Lotus and Colibri. I mean, not Colibri. Shadow Smokers Legion code for Vertigo and Lotus. So almost at the end of the first third, and it's just like Cedars picks up a little bit. I can taste a little bit of cocoa, and that's, oh yeah, that's right. You could get those things in TNT and just use that code. So you could use the Shadow Smokers Legion code, which we're not gonna announce in public, so nobody else gets to use it. But yeah, you could use that code and get 10% off. 10% off. Thank you. This is just really my basement, and then if you see in the beginning we had like nothing, and then we just keep adding stuff to it. So now it's busy, which is good. I mean, I will eventually change it after the other side is done, but right now this is the way it is. But thank you. So it looks like not many people use the Facebook part of it, but I keep it on there. It looks like Bob is on the Facebook part of it, so. We don't sell to the public others. Awesome. The two zombies running around, that's pretty cool. Oh, you jumped the ship! You jumped the ship! Now, I told Bob I had a stupid idea. And just give me a few minutes to tell you this stupid idea. Alright? Give me a chance to tell you this stupid idea. Okay? Now, Bob has been doing a lot of work for us, okay? And he's been doing a lot of videos, and he's been doing a lot of chat. He's busy all week making video aside from his job. And now he has to travel and film more stuff for us. We should. Tell me how we gotta get that done and let me know. Tell me how we gotta get that done. Let me know. Okay? I will buy a few just for the heck of it. So Bob has been working really hard, making videos and live chat and all that stuff, all the stuff. And then he's traveling and he's using his own expense. And I was like, how can we help Bob? Bob is running out of money all the time, and it's not his fault. It's just, this is how much it costs. If you're thinking to be a streamer or like cigar reviewer, you gotta know that this thing's gonna cost you 2 arms and a leg and a liver. Okay, this is gonna cost you a lot of money. And that's a problem. Our beloved Bob doesn't like to ask, because he's doing his best and he's thinking about everybody's best interest. Bob being our brothers, I feel like we should do something to support him, but we're not gonna do it for free, right? We're not gonna do it for free. So I am putting out a stick for raffling. If you work on that, it's gonna sell. I'm gonna buy it. So let me know. Let me know, Brendan. So I am putting out my choices of my Cuban cigars for raffle. All right. We don't need a lot of ticket to get him to that point where he needs. All right. So I am going to put out probably another blind bag, and in there will be at least one. Let me see which one will worth your money. How about talisman? How about a talisman for raffle? We'll have a talisman, we'll have a coin, we'll have a badge, we'll have this, we'll have stickers in there in one package, and we'll do a raffle. Winner gets all. Okay, winner gets all. We'll do a raffle, and the proceeds will go to Bob. Yeah. Okay, I'll put a talisman in there, and I will put stickers, back, all the stuff that we have in there, and toss it in the raffle. And we'll do a raffle, and proceed will go to Bob so that he can actually do all that show stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So I'll put up the information later, probably tomorrow or Monday. That way Bob can get his support. You know, we need to support our brothers and sisters in the Legion, and I think that you know, something I can do is like that. Exactly. You're selling sticker telling people that they're awesome, but you don't tell you're awesome. I think Bob is awesome. Bob, let the soy sauce assassin do the dumb stuff, and you just need to take the support. Oh, Cigar Mechanic will throw in something for support as well. So this raffle is gonna be super awesome. You need to help, right? I'll put out the information later. I just want to give you guys heads up. This is what I plan to do because I want to put it out there before Bob can say, "Hey, don't do that, Tony." Oh no, you can't stop me now. You can't stop me now. That's how soy sauce assassin do it. Can't stop me. Let me do the dumb stuff. The ink? I showed it before, man. Yeah, we are gonna do that, and looks like we're gonna have multiple place. All right, we might do a first, second, third place, whatever. So that's gonna happen. We'll do that to support Bob, the cigar guy, and it's going to happen. Ta-da! So that problem is solved, and hopefully we get a good winner. We're opening live on one of the shows, and is that good enough? I feel naked. I feel naked now. I feel naked. I feel naked. That's the thing about like me trying to lose weight and then start wearing the skinnier stuff, and then the just a little bit leak and everybody want to see it. So that's always a problem. That's why I always wear a hoodie and long sleeve so nobody can see it. All right, this needs a little touch up, so I'm gonna just touch it up. Thank you. He should have Bob show his giant tattoo on camera one day. Bob, want to get a second tattoo in August. Tattoo is a commitment for sure. Tattoo is a commitment for sure. I can tell you that this is the only one I have, and it does have its meaning. I just hide it, you know. My brother has a gigantic fish on his leg, so we're just like the same. So I think with this support, you know, once this goes through, we should make Bob dancing on video. Bob, you know, once this whole thing goes through, I think you should return the favor by dancing on video, okay? By dancing on video. We'll see Bob do the happy dance. We should see Bob do the Carlton dance. Bob, you can do the Carlton dance. Nice. Now the chief can help us make that happen, right? Chief, you gotta give him peer pressure so the Bob will dance on screen. All right, so we'll do the soy sauce assassin lucky raffle, and we'll do it for Bob. And once this is done, Bob will return the favor for those people who did not win by dancing on screen. That's sad. That's sad. Cohiba happy dance when the Bruin game's over. Did someone say blackmail? Hey, we have a guy named CIA's here. Hey CIA, you're new? Or are you somebody that we already know? We had such a great group. I can't complain about the group. There's nothing to complain about the group, you know. And right now we almost broke the curse of 150. So any almost so we almost break the 150 mark, and I'm actually pretty happy about that. The YouTube channel is just a catalyst, so I don't really care too much about the subscription rate on the video, but you know, the group means a lot to me. So the CIA gotta go. The chief hasn't joined. Oh well, you know, I'll make sure I send him a message. Make sure that he will peer pressure you into do the dance if you don't do it. Yep, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. And I'll put out the detail once I have everything sorted out, put together, and then we will get the lucky raffle going. You want to see Bob eat that egg you took to Arizona? No problem. That will happen. When I go visit Bob in South Carolina in his Smoke Easy studio, he will be eating one. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Alright? Guaranteed. That's going to happen. And I'm pretty sure Bob won't cheat like Brendan, who has hold his expression to like a poker face until the video was cut. Once the video is out, you should see his facial expression totally different. Totally different. How you get in that shadow smoke? You find one of these people in the chat room, talk to them, and basically ask them to invite you in. That's it. Everyone in this chat room pretty much can invite you in. It's gotta happen. Have Tim nothing for video. He could have kept that video forever. Can you imagine if he keep that video forever? Blackmail will happen. You know, when imagine when Brendan's like, hey Tim, you need to carry this and you need to give a good discount, super discount, so much you lose money, Tim. Tim will like, don't make me put the video up there. Don't make me put the video out there. Now we already know Tim has ball of steel, okay? If you haven't seen that video where he called another shop, just simply ask them to close, that's some ball of steel, okay? Because when he called, like, he's gonna show a caller ID, right? And that guy's gonna find out who it is just to ask them to close. And then just literally go, what the hell? This guy just literally called me up and say a fan tell me to close my store. That takes some ball of steel. But yes, I am going to Arizona October 11th. So if any of you want to hang out, that's the time. All right, that's the time. That's the time. And Brendan's not allowed to get sick at that time. Brendan, you hear me? You're not allowed to get sick at that time because we had to smoke together. You can't get sick. Not allowed. Not allowed to get sick. The little guy ashtray is beast, by the way. The little guy ashtray, this guy. I hardly even get sick. No, I think you already got sick twice or 3 times since I know you. Twice or 3 times since I know you. Twice or 3 times since I know you, Brendan. Not that that's a lot. It's not a lot. I mean, we know each other for probably almost a year, almost, and you got sick 3 times. That's not a lot. That's actually not a lot. But if you worked as much as Brendan, yeah, it's hard to not get sick. It's hard to not get sick. I personally have not seen Brendan eat. Okay, I personally have not seen Brendan eat. So I don't even think he eats. He probably eats cigars. He probably will just, want to have for lunch, break down two, get a United, get a Casa Cueva, just start eating the tobaccos as lunch, because I have never seen him eat. So he probably eats tobacco. Brendan, what do you eat for lunch anyway? What do you have for lunch today? He's got he ate vertical for lunch. Vertical for lunch. Vertical. I mean, that's how it is. It's crazy. He works so much. When you hang out with him, he's working too. Does he ever stop working? He doesn't. So yeah, Brendan, take care of yourself. You know the Legion cares about you. We don't want you to get sick ever, like ever. If you don't have to get sick, that's great. Don't get sick ever. Autocorrect, all those autocorrect, things that. So at this point, I think I gave out enough clues, and the winning today, I already showed you guys. It's gotta be a tea set, which has black tea and green tea. It's a strawberry season. Why wouldn't you have some green tea and black tea? So that will actually help Brendan for getting better, but no, Brendan is not eligible to win. So hey. Cigar Mechanic is legit, and he's like the only rep I know. I've never heard anybody else being a cigar rep, and being as successful as he did in such short of time. I mean, I think when we knew Cigar Mechanic from probably Tim's first episode, that's when he just started. So that's not long. That's not long to get to his point. In how hard is to just go, I'm gonna be a rep. Trust me with your brand. I'm gonna bring you business. That's not easy. Like, not many people can do that. Just go, I gotta be a rep. Trust me with your brand, and I want to be the only rep here. So my buddy is having a kid and told me he gets on Davidoff's. I don't know the brand at all. Suggestion: higher level stick. Well, how high do you want to go? You can go to $1,000 stick if you want to, and there's Oro for Oro Blanco is for $500 stick. So how high do you want to go? It's commitment. It's not easy, and I totally respect that, because I know how that feels. Like when you just feel like there's so much to do, so little time, and everybody's calling you at the same time. And if you, I'm surprised Brendan's phone even have batteries, because I charge my phone probably 4 or 5 times a day from all those phone calls. So I'm surprised. Like when I'm hanging out with him, he's relaxed, but his phone is like off the hook too. So 40-ish. $40-ish. 40-ish, that's actually is like not a lot to buy Davidoff, to be really honest with you. if you get a late hour, which is really good stick, late hour Toro, you're probably close to that, probably like 38. So you're already very close to that. Hey, Sherry, I saw you basically ring a bell. Does that mean that, like, you know, once you're done with treatment, you ring the bell? Is that like, you know, when you're done, or is that some sort of bell? I did not get the context of that bell. That bell is super cool though. It's indoor. But I saw you wearing one of those like medical things, so I would think that you're in the hospital ringing that bell. So, all right, Brendan. I'll talk to you later. Evening, Gemini, Cigar Twins. The Ash Queen has arrived. I'm still trying to be Ash Queen. I don't think it's ever gonna happen, other than the time that I was, you know, literally trying to beat him on the cigar challenge, but I don't think I ever gonna beat him. It signified that you finished with the treatment. Okay. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Like, you know, they have a bell inside a treatment center. I do not mind to hold a title that has Queen on it. All right, I do not mind. I do not mind. Do you know back in the days there are actually countries that's ruled by queens? Even in China, there's at one time we actually have a queen that rules the entire country. So, queen is not something to feel weird about. I don't mind to be a queen. So they have a filter for that. Have you seen one of my pictures? Have you seen one of my pictures with the automatic makeup thingy on my face? I look great. I look great on that. I will have date myself. Halfway through, just a lot of cedar. The pepper died down. I don't even taste the pepper anymore. Halfway through, the band come off easily. I love that. It's like no excess glue on the band on the thing. It's great. Now, even though today we're smoking a Blindman Bluff, and it's not a Fratello, but it is gonna be a Fratello June. So for the next few Saturdays, all gotta be Fratello. So if you already have the Fratello a sampler or all those Fratello sticks, get those sticks ready. Get those sticks ready for the next few Saturdays. All right, get those sticks ready for Saturday, because we're gonna do it every Saturday until I run out of that entire sampler. Except the red one. The red one I'm gonna give to James, and it's in his box now. Because I already smoked that one before, but the rest of them every Saturday. Jacob's lighter is not that strong actually. Soy sauce bathtub calendar this year. Didn't somebody made it at beginning of January? Somebody made one for the beginning of January, so I'm not too sure about whether or not we need another one, but there was one. There was one. I think Harrison made one. 2009 calendar. It's been sold out since January, so we sold out and a grand total of 0 for the price of 0, and I think it was like #1 sale in the history of Amazon. History of Amazon. I don't know. This particular cigar just wants to burn one way. It just leaves that little tail for me every single time. I don't understand. Even though I touch it up. But yeah, there was one. Now halfway through, I think I'm missing some note just because that little burn spot. I don't know why. It's hot. It's so exclusive you can't buy it. Just like the Shadow Smokers Legion. So exclusive, the only way to join is this way. Fire! No, the chief is still here. Somebody invite the chief back into the group, please. Keep talking, I forgot to drink my coffee. It's definitely medium plus because I can start to feel it. And that could be because I don't have enough sugar. I've been not, trying to get this is means I don't eat a lot of sugar. Because I don't have a lot of sugar, this thing gets to me. So this thing about medium plus. But it's a good cigar so far. It's a good cigar so far. Butter coffee. Yep. It's butter, MCT oil, and a little bit of heavy cream. A little bit of heavy cream. Tell you about this coffee. Now this coffee is actually espresso watered down, so Americano. And I just put a chunk of butter about this big in there. And I put a little bit of MCT oil. Now, for those people that never tried MCT oil before, it takes time for your body to get used to it. If you put too much in there, you are gonna sit on the toilet for hours. So just be very careful when you use MCT oil because MCT oil is already a breakdown form. It's a medium chain triglyceride, and what it does is basically it's an immediate energy that your body can use, just like sugar. So when your body are not using sugar, it uses fat or oil to create ketones for your body to use the energy. And for that, MCT oil is immediate, just like sugar. So if you're feeling like tired, when you are going on a diet, you always gotta feel tired because your body is like, no sugar to use. You should feel hungry, you should crave food and all that stuff. Having fat in there, it's gonna make you full. Just like if you eat anything that's greasy, automatically it makes you don't want to eat. So putting butter and stuff in there makes you don't want to eat. Have I ever used coconut oil in my coffee? I used to. What happened is coconut oil is kind of iffy. Number one thing about coconut oil is temperature driven. So if you use coconut oil in a coffee and the coffee cools down, you gotta get a layer of chunks of coconut oil. That's what I didn't like. That's why I didn't like, so I don't use it. And also, coconut oil don't only have omega-3, it has other omegas too, and that will actually inflame your cells a little bit, your vessels a little bit. So you don't. I don't use coconut oil for that reason. And MCT oil is basically what 60%. So coconut oil is like 60% or 30% MCT oil. So might as well just drink straight MCT oil. It's not nasty, I guarantee you. If you never tried this before, it's so creamy. It's so creamy that my wife, being so picky, she will actually drink butter coffee. Literally, she will drink the butter coffee just totally fine. It tastes great. It's very, very creamy. Very, very creamy. Alright, talk to you later. See, thing about protein shake is that you can't put it in coffee. Protein will actually clot in high temperature. When you cook it, it chunks. So that's why I don't use protein shake into my coffee. Like a lot of people will blend it really quickly, and when you have protein powder in there, it chunks up. If you want to make your wife happy, all right, and save you some money, you take the coconut oil, you mix some grinds of sugar in there. Like you want more sugar than the oil. Put it in the freezer. Take it out, put it in the bathroom. Tell your wife that's a new scrub. She will use it and she will love you forever. Okay, coconut oil scrub. Exfoliate with sugar. Oh my god! I would love to say that's ancient secret, but Chinese people don't have coconut to start with. So it's some sort of secret to make your skin look great. Look at this. So that's how you make the sugar scrub for almost no money. All right. All you need is just get those really chunky grinded sugar, like chunk sugar, like even like cane sugar, those like granule sugar, like really hard sugar, and then you put it with coconut oil. Done. Done. You know, that costs you next to nothing. You buy a jar of the little thing, costs you $15. You do this, costs you about $3 to make a jar as big as this container. This container, as big as that. You know, it's good to enjoy a cigar with coffee. And cigar and coffee always do great together. I mean, a lot of cigar always have that coffee flavor already, the dark roast or just dark black coffee flavor. Going with coffee actually brings it out even more. But because of that, I can't tell you whether or not this thing has coffee flavor because that thing is so creamy. I can't tell from the cigar. But right now, it's a lot of cedar. It's a really subtle, towards the sweeter side of the cedar. It ends with the earthiness, though. It ends with the earthiness. And being Habano leaf and this strength, I'm being very honest with you. Nothing pure better than cigar and coffee. I'm a bourbon guy, so good together. Well, you can't always have bourbon, you know, especially during your working hours. You can't always have bourbon, but you can always have a cigar with coffee, so it always goes well. But being very honest with you, in terms of the cedar taste and the spice note and balance, and this is by no way kissing Brendan's ass, okay? No way kissing Brendan's ass. Casa Cueva was better. Casa Cueva's Habano was better in size and in terms of the cedar. And also, it burns a lot better than this, I can tell you that. So, and the reason I mention it is because I actually did smoke a Casa Cueva today. So I can actually tell the difference. I still remember the difference. Like when you smoke multiple cigars in a day, you start to compare them. Like, you know, oh, I just had that flavor now, and I have another flavor, and you start to compare them. And I had a Casa Cueva today earlier, and that was a little bit more tastier than this. Not saying that this is a bad cigar. This so far is a really good cigar. All right, Chief. Talk to you later. I hope you don't mind me calling you Chief because that's what you what I remember you as. So I'm afraid that when I say Stephen, I'm gonna call the wrong person. So. And this thing burns relatively quick. It's almost an hour, and this is almost done. It's on the last third now, and last third does have a little bit more cedar, but I feel like it's intense enough to burn my nose just a little bit. So it kind of makes my nose sore a little bit, but not to a point that's unbearable. Hey, Brendan, if I don't see it, it don't count. All right, no picture, no fact. No picture, no fact. Okay, if I don't see you eating, it doesn't count. It does not count. I know Tim eats. I've seen him eat. I haven't seen Brendan. I haven't seen Brendan eat. I haven't seen Harrison eat. So, as far as I'm concerned, you don't eat. Oh, so now it's becoming just a really cedary, sweet, a little bit, almost like fruity, but it's not there yet. It's almost fruity cigar. I mean, this is a good cigar. Still, props to James. He's because of the show, to be able to watch the show, he's literally converted to not sleeping. This right must be like 3-4 o'clock and over there right now. So James is not sleeping anymore. To just catch the show, he's not sleeping anymore. He's not sleeping anymore. Brendan, just go eat a couple of century eggs. You'll be fine tomorrow. Soy sauce, century egg. Just chug it. Dip in soy sauce and eat it. Dip in soy sauce and eat it. You'll be done. You'll be fine. You know, back in the day, there's actually family members where they say, you know, any injury, you can just put soy sauce on it and it'll cure it. Almost like Robitussin. Almost like Robitussin. You can put soy sauce on your wound. I know people put, for like minor burns, they put soy sauce on it. Like literally, not joking. You can look at online. People actually do put soy sauce on burned wounds. I never tried it myself, thank God. But on that Bianco, I had on my birthday since I knobbed it. So sure that Star Anise was super strong at the end. Yes, he does have a little bit. James is in Germany. James in Germany. It does. The Star Anise is definitely in a lot of cigars, and a lot of time it's mixed with the cedar. So when the cedar taste goes away, you gotta taste that anise. But it's not a bad taste. For me, it's actually normal. You know, it's like one of the typical spice that Asian people use a lot. When you buy an Asian 5-spice, that's like a primary thing. When you eat anything that's like braised in Chinese restaurants, star anise is in there. It's got this raw flavor that cuts through all the flavor. So it's a good flavor. It's a good flavor, and just whoever thought about using that as a spice? It's like, hey, this thing looks weird. Let's use it. Grind it up in powder. Let's use it. I can't think of anybody that does that. Jägermeister at the end? I don't know. Does it taste like Jägermeister at the end? Not to me. Not to me. Have you know? If you drink Jägermeister as a shot and chase it with orange juice, it tastes like pancake. Just so you guys know. If you never tried that before, chase it with orange juice, it tastes like pancake. Not kidding. Jägermeister, chase of orange juice. Tastes like pancake. Tastes like pancake. Definitely try that. Let me know if you taste pancake to me, because I taste pancake every time. And why do I chase it? Because I personally don't like Jägermeister. I personally do not like Jägermeister. We use it to make breakfast. Cool. I'll talk to you later, Justin. Bread. Start any to make bread. I wonder how that's gonna taste like. No, seriously, try it before you knock it. It does taste like it. All right, Daniel. Talk to you later. Just a little bit of breadiness or dryness to this cigar. I just can't tell what that is. I don't know if it's from the coffee or from the cigar right now. It's just there. Yeah, that's not really a good idea. 750 milliliter is probably the entire bottle. So yeah, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. When I was younger, I used to drink entire bottle of 750 milliliter vodka to chase other stuff. And there was one time where I was out to a party with my wife, girlfriend at the time, and literally, you know, I went because I was short in time, but so I didn't eat dinner or anything, and I had that, so my entire stomach was alcohol. That was a bad idea. It's the worst idea I've ever had. Just think that I can just drink as normal, no food, no problem, right? No. Because I was thinking like, if there's no food, I wouldn't vomit. But no, I vomit all night. I vomit all night and passed out 4 or 5 times. We all done something stupid like that, you know. But when we're young, you know, we're pretty much fearless, right? So you just think that you can handle it. You know, a little bit dizziness is not that bad. But then you start to feel like, when you get older, you start to feel that more. You start to feel that more. Even the cigar dizziness will get you like, oh no, I had to stop, right? But back in the time when you're young, I'm pretty sure somebody hands you a really full body cigar, you'll smoke it, you'll feel like the whole world is spinning, you'll be like, that's just tipsy. Now, talking about star anise, I just start tasting that now. Like when my mind's on it, now I taste it more. So anise is also in this. So spice. Now, I don't know if anybody knows, when I say spice, it doesn't necessarily mean like spicy, but it's spice. So those herbal stuff are in there. So star anise, maybe some like, you know, allspice. That's what I'm talking about when I say spice. When I see something spicy, I'll tell you something like pepper or red pepper, chilies. That's what I'm talking about when I spicy. But when I talk about spice, it's usually anise or you know, allspice or salt or pepper, something like that. Now I have severe alcohol intolerance, so no drinking for me at all anymore. No, well, obviously your body's gonna reject that because you do so much. Just do a little bit. It's kind of healthy. Just don't overdo it. For me, a cup of whiskey or two usually is where I stop. You know, just enough to enjoy, but not enough to get me tipsy. That's usually the key. That's usually the key. Too much of anything will kill you. Doesn't matter what it is. Too much of anything will kill you. Woo! This was a good cigar. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Now it's all anise. I don't taste the cedar anymore. But still enjoyable. It's pretty good. I like cigar that doesn't just taste like tobacco. And having anything that covers the tobacco taste is great. That means it's blended nicely so that they don't taste just the tobacco. I'm pretty sure a lot of newer smokers gotta taste the tobacco more. So that happens, but that happens. So the key of smoking cigars usually get by that tobacco flavor. And once the tobacco wears out, you got a whole world of taste. And that's why I always tell people, it's like, you know, hey, I don't, you know, new smoker will tell me that all I taste is tobacco. What's so special about cigars? All I taste is tobacco. I tell them there's two reasons why it's all tobacco. Number one, you're smoking something that's really light, so you gotta get tobacco, right? Or you're smoking something that's not nicely blended, cheap enough that there's not much going on. So it happens. Bourbon goes great with cigars only because the barrel taste. You know, back in the day, if you drink moonshine before, you know what I'm talking about. Moonshine without any flavoring is kind of weird, right? It just doesn't taste anything. And if you know, back in the day, whiskey has no color. There's no coloring, all right? And that's how it used to be drinking, just that. Whiskey, moonshine, just clear, all right? And they start to export whiskey. And back in the day, the only way to export was by boat. Now they need something to carry it, so they put it in a wooden barrel. And when it comes out, it's colored and it's aged in the barrel, so it tastes better. And people start to go, hey, I like that taste. And that's how whiskey started to have color and the aging in the barrels, because people actually like that barrel wooden tones to it. And that really gets people to go, oh, I love that flavor. It's not just wood. It's not just alcohol anymore. It's not rubbing alcohol anymore. It's enjoyable. It's like cognac. It's like wine. So people start to drink it like that, and that's how it became today's whiskey. Now, because the wood tone really complements the cigar's wood tone, so that's how it works out. So I rarely see people use moonshine as pairing. Moonshine pairing with cigar is kind of weird because moonshine tend to have fruitier taste. They put fruits in there, cherries and all that stuff in there, so it's kind of like different. It doesn't mix well. No, Brendan, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Stop working. Go to sleep. See, everybody in this chat room is telling you to go to sleep. 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 Get some rest, man. Get some rest. Just go to sleep. There's always tomorrow. Keep telling yourself that. I tell myself that all the time. There's always tomorrow. We'll get that bottle to add to the bar. Yes, it's great drink. He used to keep us there. It's great drink, and now it sits on my shelf. It's never gonna, the leftover is never gonna be drinking again. So it's just stay on my shelf. I love those trophies. All right, good night, Brendan. I don't know if it's me talking too much or what, but this cigar keep going on me. So I mean, that's a it seems to happen a lot lately, the last third. You know, a lot of people will tell you sometimes younger whiskey tastes better. And that's why they still sell the younger age, right? Because younger whiskey sometimes tastes better. It's got that more of an ease taste. You can taste the whiskey more. Now, when you have an older whiskey, it's actually less refined. It's alcohol abuse. Drank. If you want to pick up my vocabulary, I can say drank, but I just feel like there's such a weird English. But drinking, drank. Yeah, because it takes more from the wood, and color are usually darker. But at the same time, if you leave it in the barrel for 18 years, it's also taking some of the unwanted portion from the barrel. And obviously, angel share, devil share, you're gonna lose a little bit. It's gonna get stronger, and they also still dilute it though. It's stronger, but they dilute it more. So I feel like sometimes too old is less refined. Younger is actually good. I think 12 to 14 years probably like the best age for most whiskey. You know, do that comparison for yourself one time or another. You know, drink something that's the same alcohol, but have one 12 years, have one that's like 20 years or 18 years. You will find that there's actually difference. There's actually difference, and then you feel like the 12 years so much easier to enjoy rather than the 18 and stuff like that. But if you like full body cigar, you probably like the older one better, because it's just that wood tone is just so much more stronger. Now I hope I'm not the only one that's smoking right now, because I didn't ask what you guys are smoking really, but I hope I'm not the only one that's smoking right now. Last scotch I had was Cigar. It was when I was about 24. It was 12 years. It was a bit sweeter, a lot of vanilla to it. It depends on what you drink. You know, a lot of whiskey also they add stuff to it to blend it to a certain way. That I didn't like caramel coloring. It's like, why do you do that? Because it looks good. That was the only reason, because it looks good. But when you add stuff like coloring and stuff like that, it kind of tinted the whiskey a little bit. I don't know. It's just, hey, stop moving. Monte Cristo Platinum Series here. Good. Alec Bradley Tempest, okay. Cia or Italia. You still on that? Last there. Okay. Italia is not that long, so I'm surprised. So yeah, I mean, in terms of cigars and pairings, this really not a exact pairing. I've been watching the Omar's channel. I don't know if anybody subscribed to that. So Omar's channel is talking about like those like not regular pairings, but that really just show that you can pair with anything. It's just so long as it tastes right to you. Pairing is just personal preference. Especially like beer. I don't really like to pair cigar with beer. All right, Bob. Talk to you later. I personally don't know beer that well. I don't drink that much beer, and for me, like my wife literally asked me about it. She's like, she had a company meeting, and this guy just loves beer, but I don't know anything about beer. I was like, well, let's start with the basic, all right? You know, you gotta learn about stout, you gotta learn about ale, lager, IPA. You learn about those, then you will know which one you like, and just go with the one you like. Hey, Christopher. And pairing which I like. Yeah, you need to explore. You need to explore. And the only way to find something you like is to try it, right? It's the same thing for everything. If you don't try it, just using your judgment, sometimes that's not enough. Like you say, oh, I don't think it will work. But a lot of things that work or not, it's like sometimes you just don't know it work well. Like chicken waffles, you never think they will work well, but they kind of do. They kind of do. Not my favorite, but it works. It works. So literally, you have to try it to know whether or not it works for you. And you know, once you know it works for you, then that might be the greatest find ever. I like Dos Equis, and I like to drink Japanese beer. So I don't drink it a lot because it makes me burp every 5 seconds. So I literally don't drink that all that much. So wife just ordered me a new Air CC100H and a box of Oliva V Bellicoso and Monty numbers for Father's Day. Isn't Father's Day the 12th or something like that? Beer makes you sleepy. So do you ever go to Oktoberfest then, James? You'll go to the party and fall asleep on the ground. Oktoberfest! Yeah, I like hearing beer. I like it so much I have a bottle right here. Literally, I'm staring at it. It's shipped. Okay, so it's perfect timing actually. Hope y'all have a great night. The storming. All right, Christina. That's my wife. Half drink, she's asleep. Drink beer in moderation. Well, alcohol does make you relax. That's true. Alcohol makes you relax, and then because you relax, so you will feel a little bit sleepy at first. But then after that, once you get over that, you get excited. I don't know. Hey Joe, you've been quiet. Whiskey don't make me sleepy, cause whiskey don't have carbs. Whiskey don't have carbs. Beer has a lot of carbs. Drinking beer is also known as liquid bread. Drinking a cup of beer is like eating a whole loaf of bread. So when you have carbs, it breaks down to sugar, and then sugar spikes, and then insulin kicks in, you're sleepy. So, aka food coma, but with beer. Brandy. Now, brandy is another good one to pair. Brandy is sweeter. If you're smoking something that's more of a bitter side, Brandy is a perfect pairing because it kind of chases off. I like brandy. I just don't drink brandy that much because brandy is often a little bit too sweet. I feel like when I drinking brandy, I'm drinking like Japanese plum wine, but plum wine is even sweeter, so I don't drink it all that much. I went to Oktoberfest once, drank 6 liters of beer. I was much younger then. You know, if I'm gonna go to Germany, I have to go during Oktoberfest because I wanted to see that kind of thing. Now, those people who doesn't know me, I'm not a sightseeing person. I don't like to look at sights. I feel like, you know, I don't go to museums. I don't like to sightseeing. It's because I feel like I can get much better picture online. So I don't actually go sightseeing. But like I like, if I'm gonna travel places, I like to go to events and that places that's more like that place. So, ooh, all right, Brendan, stay safe, man. And Brian, stay safe, stay safe. Spiked coffee, man, spiked coffee. Wow. Please do stay safe. Also, you know, the same thing for Christina if she's still on. Stay safe, please. Let us know that you're safe too. I do care. I might not seem like I do care, but I really do care when, you know, something's going on in certain places. I worry. I worry for all of our members. So please do stay safe, and at least let us know that you're safe. If you're not safe, if something really bad happens, let somebody in the group know. Maybe, you know, someone, one of our members nearby can help, because people don't know how dangerous it is when something happens until it happens. And this is time where we're gonna put away our pride and ask for help. Okay, I really want to say that because I've seen so many people just like they are very have so much pride that they don't want to ask for help. Please ask for help when you are in a dangerous area, if you needed to. That I think that says for everybody, because when you need help, you need help. I'm not talking about smoking too much cigars or drinking too much alcohol, okay? That you don't need help. That you just need to send some my way. But if you're in a disastrous area, something does happen, please ask for help. Cedar started to come back a little bit. I like that. It still burns funny. Look at this. I relight it and it still burns funny. It just doesn't like to burn the top part. I don't know. Why do you do that to me? Why do you do that to me, Blind? They're just as fun as Oktoberfest, but way cheaper. But Oktoberfest, you get to see people dressing weird. Right? Oktoberfest, you get to see people dressing weird. See, I'm born on October 18th. So Oktoberfest, even though he told me that it's not in October, but the fact that it's October, it makes me feel like I should be there during October. It might just, even though it's probably a gimmicky thing now, but if it's gotta be a tourist trap, I'm there for that. They dress like that in Outfest? I didn't know. I didn't know. Well, that makes it easier. This is what happened, okay? My wife told me that she might have to go to Poland for her work. If she does go to Poland, it's not that far away for me to fly from Poland to Germany, right? Meetup in Germany. Hey, if we're doing a meetup in Germany and we have more than 10 people, I'm flying over. I'm flying over if we got more than 10 people there. Good cigar. It's not bad at all. I'll still say the last third is pretty good. I can promise you 3. That's not enough, man. That's not enough. But yeah, if my wife go to Poland, I will fly over. Never been, love beer, so I'm down. We're playing something like that. Because my wife actually today, she showed me a picture of people having a home party and everybody bring the food, you know, in those like buffet trays. And she's like, why don't I ever go to things like that? And I just tell her, because you were invited and you didn't go. And she's like, we need something like that. And I was like, that's fine. I'm pretty sure that if we were to arrange ahead of time, soy sauce assassin at home party, bring your own beer, people will show up. I will supply the cigars. I don't think I have any trouble supplying other cigars for all the members with 4,000 plus cigars in the front. Smoke all you need. If I'm hosting one of those, would you guys show up? I mean, I will do that just to piss off the neighbors. We'll have a smug right outside my backyard. Literally smug out of the backyard. And nothing they can do about it. I'll bring out cases and cases of cigars, just like, and some of them you gotta know it's not even open. You're just like, just open up, brand new, let's go. Let's go, you know, that you know, I tell her if we were to arrange something like that, that would happen. She's like, I gotta think about it. Because I will definitely throw one of those. So it's an Assassin private collection. Just, you know, box after box after box after box. I you know, let's say if everybody smoked 8, like literally that would be like 10-hour thing. If everybody smoked 8, that will only use what, 1,000 cigars? No problem. No problem. Only thing you have to watch out for is don't pass out on my backyard. Don't pass out in my backyard. I don't want, like, you know, 6 ambulance in front of my yard and just, like, you know, carry one after another out. Yeah, too much vitamin N, too much vitamin N, too much. This one had too much alcohol. This one, too much vitamin N. This cigar keep going on me. So what happens? Well, I'm giving out on this cigar. So I guess I got a bad one, something like that maybe. Sometimes, you know, you just have a cigar that doesn't burn well, so this one doesn't want to burn. Time for a chaser cigar. Chaser cigar. All these are too big for chaser. Ah, T52 it is then. But before I light out this T52, let's talk about ColdWell Blindman's Bluff. Grab bag cigar. I can do that. No problem. We'll do a raffle. We'll do a raffle right in my backyard. My cigar guy actually told me that I spent less than last year. So far I only spent about 5,000, 6,000, so I'm not even the #1 spender. Not happy about that. Ooh. Pepper. Pepper, dark coffee right away. Ooh. Now this one I can taste the coffee over that. So this is strong. Strong enough to cut through. So let's say if the Blindman's Bluff has a little bit of coffee, it's not strong enough to cover up my coffee. So if there is some coffee flavor, I would say it's not a lot. It's bare minimum. I let you rate all my humidors. It would take a solid year or two to go through what I have. Really? Oh, so I think who's that? Jason has asked, or somebody asked me for a humidor tour. I think maybe that's Christopher. Asked for humidor tour, but you know, a lot of humidor cigars I have is multiple different locations. I had to bring them over, so it's really hard to show what I have, and a lot of them are actually in my bedroom, and I don't want to show my bedroom. That's why I'm not doing that. But you know, don't take offense. It's not that I don't want to show you guys. It's that there are various places. If I should put out, you know, imagine the same amount of cigar that cigar mechanic have lying down on the table. It's too hard to show. You'll make up for it on July 6th. I won't. I don't buy that much. To take all the pictures, you literally gotta make me fly to Japan, take some picture. Fly to Taiwan, take some picture. Fly to China, take some picture. And then over here, 3 houses, take some pictures. So, not easy. Yeah, it's actually not that easy for me to do all that, so that's why I didn't do it. But I did show you guys my guest humidor. So guest humidor, I think the guest humidor I show you guys should have a lot around 400 to 500 cigars. So isn't that enough? It's quite easy to add up cigars. You know, one box is 10, so very quickly. And you know I'm a sucker for box, so I'll buy enough cigar or the entire box all the time, just so I can get a box. Just so I can get a box. So a lot of cigar I actually don't smoke. Now I know you guys say this T-shirt is cool. It is a trial print. What do you guys think? I think because originally I thought I was fat enough to keep it up like this, you know, but I don't. So probably have to go to the gym to work out this chest muscle to pop it up a little bit. But what do you guys think? Doesn't look too bad, right? I did accidentally put it on the merch shop, but I deleted it. Hopefully nobody else ordered it, so it's still a trial. I had to move this up a little bit. Set the print a nice embellishment on the leafing. It does have a little bit. It does have a little bit here and everywhere, like here and here. So yeah, it does have it. The reason I print one for myself is because the basement is getting hot and I want to print something, so I just print one to try to see how it is, because I don't know where the print is at. So this is literally at the stomach area. I need to raise it higher, but I don't know if they'll let me. So you know, this is a trial print. So I have something to wear in the basement when it's like 70 degrees weather. Update on the Voyage cigars. I literally contacted Nolo today. Cigar is ready, but the bend is not, and they're going back and forth trying to get the quality correct. So that's taking a little bit. Hopefully I'll get more news next week, because he actually told me that he gave him a deadline trying to make it. So they're working on that. Once the bend are ready, it only takes a few days to strip over, and we'll have stuff to show you guys. But right now I actually got worried. I was like, dude, it's almost summer. I need my summer cigars. The group it wants to know what happened to the next cigar, you know. So I talked to him today and he's working on it. The box might take longer than the cigar itself, but we'll see what happens. I'm working as hard as I can, but I don't have, especially now we're asking another, you know, person to do it. I don't have the ability to rush them. So that would be sweet on a black shirt. It's the same kind of print that's on the black one. If you got the Shadow Smokers Legion logo one on it, it's the same kind. I don't know if it's gonna wash out that easily, so I had to wash a few times to tell. But I think the original one doesn't wash out that easily either. Eventually, all t-shirts gonna wash out, so it's like how many wash would it go? But yeah, that's something that we had to continue to work on and hopefully try to do something different. Bob the Cigar Guy is still working on his logo, so that's gonna take a while. So if you're looking for the crossover between Cigar Mechanic and Bob the Cigar Guy, that's gonna take a little bit. But now that we have the words from Cigar Mechanic, so that's gonna T-shirt plume, T-shirt plume. That's gotta take a little bit. I don't know how, I'm pretty sure they're working on it, but knowing that they're that busy, especially Bob is traveling, it's gonna take a while. But that gives us a good buffer space to be able to get those cool swag, for sure. And for this particular t-shirt, I don't know. Maybe I'll put it on a raffle in the future. Something like that. T-shirt plume. T-shirt plume. Does that mean the t-shirt is nicely aged? Saturday. For me, it feels just like another day, really. If you work all the time, every day just feels like just another day. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like, looking forward to the weekend. So hope you guys have a good Saturday so far. It's a long day for me. I travel so much. I work so much through the years. Today I took my wife out to shopping. Kind of like it's more like, I'm sorry I'm not always around to do things kind of thing. Happens. So this is the first evening of my week off. That's good. I mean, do you have any big plans for the week? Any big plan for the week? So far, I do want to get a feedback from you guys. How do you guys like this setup? Now that we have 2 videos with it now. Do you guys like this setup more? I know that most people isn't going to go with the Facebook part of it because some people feel like YouTube is just easier to get to and the replays are easier. But, what do you guys think? Is it easier? Is it better? Do you like this... this kind of chat versus the other kind of chat? Good. Spend the time with your dog and wife is very important. It's very important. A lot of time we take it for granted. Wife's always there. We gotta do our own thing. Don't take it for granted. Spend time with them is quality. Again, this is still in the trial period. I have to kind of learn more about the software. It's not, the software is there. How you use it is the question, right? I try to make it easy and all that stuff. But today was obviously we run into a little bit of issue. For me, this is actually easier chat for me to read. I can read it better. The other chat is harder to read. Shadow Smokers Legion. I don't know. Every time I say Shadow Smokers Legion, I feel kind of cool. I think that we, the group came out with a really cool, awesome group name. So I used to. That Streamlab chat always don't work. always don't work. So I had to bring up a pop-up chat from Facebook. I mean, not from Facebook, from YouTube to be able to read. And that, I have a screen right in front of me. So I read the chat from that, and it's tiny. The words are very tiny, so I can't really read it that well. But with this chat, I can kind of enlarge it a little bit so I can read it better. So that's why I don't use that chat anymore, because that chat doesn't always work. I don't know why. It's because maybe like, you know, YouTube changed the format and stuff like that. I actually don't know how to do that. I actually don't know how to do that. You guys will have to change your screen name, then I don't know who's who. I don't know who's who. Everybody just change your name to OG numbers. And I have a list of OG number here, and I have to read it all the time. It's funny. Today I went to our local shop, right? Pick up that Andalusian bowl, and I was talking about it. I was like, yeah, because one of the members says you guys have Andalusian bowls. So I came down to buy it. He's like, oh, you know, what kind of group is that? I said, well, it's an SSL group. You know, we're private, we're, you know, invite only kind of group. He's right away. He said, oh, that's really good because you don't have all the kind of weird dramas and talking about, you know, Cuban cigars. It's like, oh, you know what you're talking about. Apparently, all the group has that issue. We don't have that issue. For the SSL group stuff, like a signature, you know, I wish I can do that. Facebook doesn't allow me to do that, but once we have the website, we might be able to do that. Right now, the website, I just didn't have time to go develop the website or put it together. But once I sit down, get to work, we should have something like that, you know, at least in that group form. Ooh, the smoke output of this. Look at this. It's probably harder for you guys to see the smoke output, but the smoke output is pretty good on this one. I still prefer the 9 small one better than the T52 small ones. It could just be me though, but I do prefer the 9. Huh? Why would anybody call you kid? You're probably one of the older people there. No, it's not. Not to me. Not to me. I prefer the 9 better. T52 did not taste sweeter to me. No. I think 9 is sweeter. 9 is easier. T52 is like a amped up version. Yeah, if you smoke back to back, you'll be able to tell. There's a difference. T52 is like an amped up version of it. If you think 9 is too light, you go to T52. But T52 is more peppery, though it's not in the small one. The small one is not peppery at all. That's why I say that T52 small one doesn't taste like the regular one, because it's not peppery. It could just be me though. Everybody had different palate, so for me, I don't like pepper all that much, so not having too much pepper is okay. I used to use kit when I started bowling. I started using the kit. My name is a score screen, so they shortened it to kit. The kit, okay, kit, okay. What is the pepper and nicotine level of the 9 and T52? I think the 9 is medium strength, and T52 is probably medium plus. In terms of the pepper, let's say if 9 was a 4 out of 10, then the T50 should be like about 6 out of 10. Now we're talking about the regular ones, not the teeny tiny one. I did not get that reference. Kids is an Alo Gone 3 Alice restaurant thing. I did not get that reference. Is that a movie? Is that... I actually don't like it when people call me the kid. What, a kid? You know, because I look like young people, but I'm not that young. And when somebody says, let me tell you, kid, this is blah, 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 I'm like, in my mind, like, I'm older than you. I might look this way, but I'm older than you. I'm probably way older than you. And then, you know, if the conversation got to, like, the age of, like, I'm 36, and they'll be like, oh, I'm in my early 20s. So it's like, yeah, and just call me kid. I have guys that like a year or two always call me kid at work. See, that's kind of weird. I like to call people by name. Or call them brother or something like that. I just feel like calling somebody a kid is somewhat of a disrespect because it just automatically feel like they try to say that I am much more older and wiser than you in that perspective. And I just feel like that's almost an insult. Almost an insult. But, you know, I have a lot of friends that's much older than me. And we're good friends. They never will call me kid, you know. In terms of wisdom and all that stuff, if you can talk to an older person and be that same spot, you know, song is just as bad. Song is just as bad. Well, I'm a kid at heart too. You know, I play with toys and, you know, model kids and stuff like that. I just feel like for someone to say that, it's just like, are you trying to separate the gap? Are you making the gap wider? I guess that's how I try to describe. You can't win. Yeah. I think it's just good to respect people by calling them names. Especially in Japan. In Japan, respect is very important. So they always call you by the last name. If you don't know somebody well, you don't call them by first name in Japan. That doesn't happen. When you call somebody by their first name, you gotta be really close. You know this person, and literally has to get permission. So, oh, you can call me Tony, you know, because if not, they will be like, you know, like for example, my last name is Wang. There will be a Wang-san, you know, put the son at the end, just like this last name, this person. But they wouldn't call you first name by any chance because that is a disrespectful thing to do. You literally have to get permission. Unless you're the same age, you've been hanging out all the time, you can call each other by first name. That's totally fine. But in America, that tradition, it doesn't exist. In Japan, it happens all the time. Like, you address somebody by their last name. You know, calling name, I think, is in a way respectful. In a way respectful to those people who's talking to you, because you address them by what they recognize. I mean, a lot of time when people can't pronounce my name or whatever, I say you can call me whatever. It doesn't really matter. But, you know, until that permission was given, calling somebody kid, son, and boy is somewhat disrespectful, right? Yeah. Yeah, calling somebody by first name is in Japan is like something really close. Are you referring to the one that cut you off on the highway? Well, what did I miss? Oh, okay. I love calling people names on the highway. Names are very important, so respect is very important. I think respect is like the number one thing that people tend to get it as take it for granted, I guess. It's just like, you know, oh, I try to be close to this person, so I call him whatever. But names are very important. So now, if you have a nickname, that's a different story. Of course, the nickname, you know, you kind of accept it. But son, boy, you know, when I hear boy, I think of the God of War. You will know when you get older, boy. You know, it's like, come on. Not my thing. Not my thing. Name is important. Name is important. But in Japan, name is very important. If you just all of a sudden call somebody by their first name, they will look at you weird. They're like, did I just tell you that you can call me by that name? Don't, you know, it's like, don't pretend that you know me. You know, kind of thing. In Japan, calling name. You know, even in hotels, they won't call you first name. You know, they'll be like, Mr. Wang, you know, Dr. Wang. All right, okay. But it does get complicated when you have, say, if you go to a family, visit the family, everybody had the same last name, right? You'd be like, Mr. Wang, and like, are you talking about my son or me? You know? Who work when they're getting these response, call them boy in a Kratos voice. Boy. Boy is rude for sure. I tend to call people, if I don't know their name, I'll be like, sir, or whatever, but not kid or boy or hey son, you better do it this way, son. Don't use age to crush people's pride. I think. I mean, age is something that we don't have a choice of. We don't have a choice of age. We can't, you know, just because you're older doesn't make you a wiser person. You know, respect people is very important. Respecting people is very important. T52. I had my respect through my bowling career. Averaged 177 over 2,000 league and tournament games. Whew, that's a lot. That's a lot. Do you still bowl? Do you still bowl, James? I used to go to martial art tournaments and stuff like that, and got my shares of winnings and trophies and stuff like that. But granted, that's with school, so the school keeps your trophy, which is pretty good because all my trophies are like broken from moving and all that stuff. They're not that nicely built, so. Now, too bad I can't do the martial arts anymore. I'm not even flexible enough to do martial arts. 177 is pretty high. 177 is pretty high. League bowling there is much harder than. Why? What is the difference in terms of league bowling in Germany versus US? Hey Albert, I didn't even see you in. While Albert's here, I want to also mention, if you haven't given your region to plot the map, please do, because that's really gotta help with our box train. Okay, if we know how many people is in one section, it's easier to get people to do the trading inside their own state, then move out of the state. So if you haven't done that yet, give your information to Albert. So all you need was the city and state. You don't have to give the entire thing if you don't want to. You just give them city and state so that you can plot in there. And it also will help when you guys decide to go, I'm gonna go smoke, who's around. That makes it much easier. So props to Albert for doing that, because I know it's a lot of work. Cigars. Just send a message to Albert if you can't find that post anymore. Yeah, just send a message to Albert. That's enough. I don't know the bowling league that well, but what is that? How is that different than the US? Yeah, martial arts. is tough. It hurts your body like no tomorrow. You don't feel it when you're doing it all the time. But once you stop doing it, you realize that backache, you know, you've gone through some surgery and all that stuff. Then you realize you can't do them anymore, because any more than that, you'll probably become paralyzed. So don't do that anymore. But as self-defense, I guess I have enough. I was laughing about this demonstration for Taiwanese Marines. They got this little girl, 7-year-old, to do a chokehold. Now, if you don't know what chokehold is, it's literally go behind a person and then choke them like this and put your hand behind their ears and just lock it in. Which I think is funny because a 6-year-old arm is tiny. So literally she was doing this. And the guy is like, no, I can still move out and one. Because over here, when you get chokehold, you want to put your neck in like this so that they can't get to your neck. She's literally like that, and there's a lot of space over here. And the instructor was like, you need to use your bicep. And that little girl literally said, my arm is too short. Everybody started laughing. It's true. When you're that young, you know, you're a 7-10-year-old getting black belt. Yeah, you might have the skill, but your body does not allow you to do that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally just, the guy just had to hold your head like this. You'll never be able to reach them because your arm is too short. Your arm is too short. You know, she tried to do the chokehold. The person just had to stand up and she'll be hanging halfway in the air. What happened? Did it mess up for everyone else? What do you mean by messed up? I don't understand. I blew my knees out the first time doing a flying kick. Yeah, it does happen. Yeah, if you think short buffer. Okay, I heard short buffer. Okay. I set the bandwidth as highest that this thing can handle, but then you gotta know that this go through a server, and the server dispense to the 2 platforms, so it might have bandwidth here and there. But you're still in the chat. Are you okay now? Like, William, is that okay now? Is it okay now? Life is short. It's good to spend time with everybody on the stream. I mean, I can't be everywhere and meet everybody yet. But this makes me happy. Twice a week, 3. I mean, I know people are like, you know, I had it enough. Every time Tony's on Facebook, I get that notification. It's annoying as hell. You know, but it does make me feel happy to be able to chat with everybody while I'm smoking, because it makes time fly. It makes the cigar much more enjoyable and everything. So, you know, sometimes I feel like 2 hours is not enough. When I smoke those 9-inch long cigars, we might do 3 hours. If I had to do an hour early, because that would take like 3 hours to smoke it. But, you know, for now, 2 hours flies by for me. Flies by for me every single time. So I appreciate everybody for being here all the time. You know, I appreciate it. It's you know, spending 2 hours watching me talking, it might, you know, might not be the best for everybody. I can see some people is like, I don't have 2 hours to spend. You kidding me? So, you know, I appreciate everybody spending the 2 hours with me all the time. And if you're viewing this for the very first time, we have a really nice group of people. I can't complain about anybody in this group. I cannot complain about it. This is just so great. I know I say it over and over again, but every time I think about the group, it's just like, it's the best group in the world. We have made it, you know, kind of thing. And you know, have our own thing. So I think it's great. For me, it's great. And allows me to hang out with everybody, talk to everybody, and get opinions back. That's very important for me as well. Almost just had the spit went down the wrong way, but anyways, don't die. All right, so we smoked Blindman's Bluff today. I'm pretty sure a lot of you already smoked this one. It's a great cigar. It's pretty good cigar. I enjoyed the last third more than the second third, First stir was okay. So at $8.50 for that particular cigar, usually, it's definitely a good buy. If you want to try something different, definitely get one of these. At least you can enjoy that. And I would recommend try another cigar before that, and you can tell the flavor more, because the flavor for this particular cigar is more subtle. I think it's more subtle for me, at least for me. So, and like I say, I had Casa Cueva first, and then had this one. I feel like Casa Cueva was a little bit stronger and a little bit more flavorful. Still, good cigar for $8. Definitely want to recommend this cigar. Go try it if you never have tried it before. It's definitely a good cigar. Other than the burn, can't complain much about this particular cigar. All right, so it's 11 now. I'll let everybody go do their own things. Enjoy the rest of the Saturday, and now James needs to go to sleep too. So I hope you guys hang out with me again next week, and hopefully I have more better information about the Voyage cigars for you guys, and maybe an update on what's going on with the lapel pins and all that stuff. And we'll continue to review more cigars together next week. Wednesday, hopefully the Zeno will be here. We can review that Zeno, see if it's any good. And we'll also review the Fratello at Saturday. So just expect the next few Saturdays are going to be Fratello. So if you're interested to see how Fratello is like for me, make sure to join me and then get one light up too, so we can smoke together. All right. Anyways, have a good night, everybody. I will see you guys next time. Same place, same time. As always, thank you guys for joining me. Have a good night, guys, and enjoy the rest of the weekend, okay? Good night, everybody. I'll see you guys later. Be saucy.